Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be watching a nice battle where I'll fight nearly 2200 men with my 500 horse archers. It was done on stream, so if you want to check it out, it'll be down in the description below. But I hope you enjoy and hope you like it. Do me a favor, just like, sub, comment below, and if you don't like it, that is okay. Just let me know how I can improve, you know? Um, With that set in mind, we'll be taking a look. I'll be fighting the Southern Empire. They'll be using a lot of different troops, cavalry, horse archers, infantry, and, well, archers. In the video, I do go down at the end, so then I'll be skipping a little to show the end. But, let's get into it and let's see how we do and what we did and why. Hope you enjoy, so let's get to it. Before the battle starts, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to fight this battle and if I'm going to win at any point. That's why I'm a little hesitant to start the battle, because I'm trying to figure out how am I actually going to win this. The enemy is a little over 4 times my size, so it's going to be a tough battle. But I decided to go with it, and yeah, it's going to be a nice battle. Hope you enjoy. In this planning stage, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I want to position my men. Do I want to charge into them? Do I want to let them come? Do I want to do hit and run tactics? You know, because the enemy is bigger than me, I have to plan out my moves ahead. Otherwise, I would lose or sustain heavy casualties. I do end up deciding what I want to do, but it does work out in my favor, but it's not as good as I hoped. I decided to let the enemy cavalry come to me. That way my horse archers can pick most of them off while I charge into their cavalry to slow them down so they can attack me. You know? So they'll stop, they attack me, and my horse archers can pick them apart. I do give my my men a little rousing speech, you know, motivate the troops, so to speak. And it's a moment to prepare for what's about to come. As you can see, that was the enemy lord charging. Try to get rid of the enemy lords and ladies fast, so the enemy suffers morale penalty. And once they reach the certain threshold, they will run away, which means the battle would be won. Or at least more of them will start to run, which would tip the balance in my favor. But I charge into the enemy horse archers, trying to slow them down so my archers have easier time picking them off. And I try to get rid of them, most of them, that way they won't pick my horse archers. I am trying not to get hit by the enemy horse archers that have the two-handed polearms, because those hurt, and I'm trying to stay alive as long as possible so I can give commands to my troops. Otherwise AI will take over and it will not be as good. I have somewhat of success getting rid of the enemy cavalry or enemy horse archers, but it's not as good as I hoped. But we do manage to take a lot of them down. As you can see, I'm moving my horse archers back because I'm noticing that the enemy infantry is getting closer and closer. I'm moving them back so my horse archers have more time shooting at the enemy, and enemy will have harder time reaching them. There'll be less infantry reaching my horse archers, which give me more and more advantage. Upon moving my horse archers, I realized enemy cavalry is charging my horse archers, and I know they catch the lance, which does a lot of damage. So I decided to charge into them, which I probably should have done a better job at because I do manage to get hit. but I come behind them and I do manage to, well, do a little bit of damage. And then I notice that enemy infantry is getting a lot closer and closer, so I need to reposition my troops more. So that's what I do. I'm moving back more, the enemy will have to move more to reach them. I continue to engage enemy cavalry, so they can leave my horse archers alone and not kill them. While doing that, I notice that the enemy infantry is getting closer and closer, and I'm actually getting hit by one of them. And this time, I'm starting to panic because, well, I've been backing up a good amount and then enemy infantry is closer and closer, and I don't think I have much space left to back up. Which means soon I'm gonna have to do something. Otherwise, they might just push me into the corner and I'll have nowhere else to go. As you can see, I almost run into the enemy infantry front line and I'm getting nervous because they're almost here. So this is where it gets a little tricky for me, right? But I know I've managed to pretty much get rid of almost all of their cavalry, which gives me a lot more breathing room to be able to run away, because they'll have to just run after me. They don't have many cavalry left. I still engage wherever I can, you know. I try to, well, as you can see, maybe get lucky and poke this enemy infantry, but yeah, I missed kinda pretty horribly, so that didn't work out quite well. As you can see, I'm having a wonderful time running into this rock, and I look at the, well, as you call it, scoreboard if you want, to see how many enemy troops are left, and it's not looking great, right? Still a lot of them, and they're getting close. So I take out my bow and I start shooting to hopefully maybe pick off a few of the infantry to get rid of the people with the shields. So my horse archers will have easier time picking the infantry up. I do manage to find a space in the back that I can put my troops. It is on a lower ground, so it doesn't give me as better of an advantage, but it gives me something. I did not realize that I'm getting behind enemy lines, so to speak. I'm getting hit by a lot of their archers in a melee. They do pass me because I try to back up a little, and I'm still shooting their infantry and their archers to hopefully thin their lines, you know, because the less archers they have, the easier it is for me. You might be wondering, why did you get off the horse? Because I have a decent amount of arrows, but I do it so I have more because I need to make every shot count, and the more arrows I have, the more enemies that I can get rid of. And I move up closer to the enemy because I want to have easier time shooting them, so I can get rid of more of them a lot easier. But I apparently get a little too close and I start getting hit a lot, and I'm not the best at making decisions on when to back up, and I take a lot of the shots, which is not great because I need to stay alive longer if commands. As you can see, I decided to ignore the ranged units and get closer to the backline of the infantry so I can pick more of them off. So if my horse archers do happen to get into a close quarter fight with the infantry, they'll have a lot easier time because there'll be a lot less of them, hopefully. I do happen to get low on arrows and pretty much run out of them, so I retreat back, but not before telling my horse archers to move, so they have a little bit more space between them and the enemy infantry. I do happen to get back into fighting their ranged units to hopefully lower them, because those units do happen to do a lot of damage to me and need to stay alive. As you can see, I ran out of arrows, so I need to dismount and fight enemy crossbowmen on foot in melee combat because I don't have anything ranged. So I try to dodge and weave, and it works out a little bit, but I have to be careful fighting them because they have maces, and maces ignore armor, and it'll do a lot of damage to me, and I need to stay alive. As you can see, I do manage to move my troops up back on the higher ground. Hopefully they'll bypass the enemy infantry and go around them so they won't die or go injured, so I have still more troops available to fight if I need to. As you can see, I do go down, unfortunately, but I hope I did enough damage to the enemy so my horse archers will be able to win without me being able to command them. We are going to skip to the end to see how we did in the battle, how many were killed, how many warriors died. Hopefully we'll win. So I'll see you there. You can see we won and we had less than 100 dead, which is amazing considering how many enemies we have fought. It is surprising that we did pretty well in my opinion. And well, that's gonna wrap up this battle, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed this, so this will help a lot. And you can catch me on stream with all the social media links down below in the description. Hope you have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.